Welcome back to Fox 13. Well, record-setting 64.7 million people across the U.S. hit the slopes last winter, and the National Ski Area Association says that in the post-pandemic era, a record number of people are making it outdoors, but those numbers come at a cost.
Well, looking to save you a buck, Fox 13's Lauren Donovan analyzed 6 different ski resorts from Mount Baker to Stevens, all the way down to White Pass.
Skiing is expensive. The combined costs of boots, poles, jackets, gloves, helmet, goggles can land you in the hundreds. Tack on the skis or a board and a lift ticket, odds are you're throwing down close to $1,000. And at the end of the day, you want to ensure all that investment, the time, the effort, and the money is worth it. When we look across the board at Stevens, Crystal, and Snoqualmie, Baker, White Pass, and Mission Ridge, most everyone's upped the price of a single-day adult lift ticket. On the high end, we see Vail-owned Stevens increased $16 from last season. On the low end, Crystal's actually went down about $32. As for what it takes to get a family of 4 on the hill nowadays, using single-day lift ticket averages from the same Saturday, we found that White Pass is the most affordable, coming in at $252. Snoqualmie sits middle of the road at $330, but it's Crystal that takes the cake for most expensive at $454. And for some perspective, that's just $20 shy of a new PlayStation. Keep in mind these totals, they're not including gas, rentals, accommodations, or parking.
We're going to zero in now on 2 of these resorts that, after multiple PR black eyes, perhaps have the most to prove this winter. Let's first take you to Stevens Pass, where they've made some radical changes. Headlines show ski areas had more visits than ever this past winter. The Pacific Northwest is no exception. The National Ski Areas Association found our region saw unprecedented turnout with 4.5 million people shredding, more than ever before. But these crowds, this peak in interest, it comes at a cost. Back in 2021, an avalanche of complaints prompted an attorney general's investigation. Pass holders accused ownership group Vail Resorts of putting profit over experience, saying at times lines looked more like clogged arteries and that they were so short-staffed, chairlifts actually stopped spinning. There wasn't enough people to run them.
100% ready to run all of our lifts, service all of our restaurants. No concerns about staffing at this point.
General Manager Ellen Galbraith does not shy away from the hard questions. She was handpicked by Vail to shift the culture.
What are you doing right now to make sure the mountain is more accessible to folks, especially those who are like, hey, Vail Resorts has come in and bought up this place and made it unaffordable for people who are going to here for decades?
Yeah, interesting counterpoint to that. Season passes have never been less expensive at Stevens than they are right now.
In December of 2022, frenzied drivers who couldn't find a spot ditched their cars on the side of icy, dangerous Highway 2. State Patrol had to step in. At least 100 cars were towed.
We got caught a little bit on our heels, reacted very quickly, partnered with WSDOT, helped people get off the roads.
This winter, they're taking drastic measures to curb the mob. For the first time ever, they'll limit ticket sales on weekends, holidays, and powder days. Stevens is also adding drop-off areas.
If folks come up with a car full of people and we may not have parking available, there's still an opportunity to drop folks off, maybe go get lunch at a nearby restaurant, come back, ski in the afternoon.
Travel through the Cascades south to Crystal Mountain, Washington's largest resort. And you'll see the Alterra-owned ski area is in the midst of a $100 million makeover.
New RFID gates will enhance how guests get on the lifts.
That means staff doesn't need to scan your ticket anymore. It's all automated. To cut down on congestion at the lodges, they've added a midway yurt. They've also installed a dozen ticketing kiosks at the base and will run 7 new shuttles to avoid parkouts of winters past.
Deadlines are the taboo to a skier, so anything we can do to cut down on those pain points, we're going to try to do.
Crowds have caused headaches here too. That and skyrocketing prices. A season pass used to cost you a couple $100, but recently they about doubled it. Now it's over $1,000. Matthew Darbus, president of Crystal Mountain, acknowledges the inconvenience, but says Crystal puts a premium on the rider experience.
When it's the age-old question of running a ski resort, we operate 5 months out of the year, and yet you've got it's a capital-intensive business that takes a ton of reinvestment.
Reporting in the Cascades, Lauren Donovan, Fox 13 News.